Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Robbie One Kenobi coming back at you with another video, and this is my WWE TLC 2014 pay-per-view review. I finished watching the show yesterday, actually, and I'm just getting down to this review right now. Overall, I thought this show was not good. I didn't think it was terrible. I didn't think it was horrible, but it certainly wasn't great. I thought the show, for the most part, sucked because there were certain matches that I thought were gonna deliver that I thought I could get really into, and unfortunately they didn't. And yeah, this whole um the way that this whole pay per view played out reminded me a lot of Hell in a Cell back in October, where we had a really good opener, a nice match to follow that up, and then the rest of the card leading up to the main event, I just didn't really care for. I was just not invested in it. I felt like we got the same thing here with TLC. So let's get straight down to the review. We opened the card with the ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Luke Harper defending against Dolph Ziggler. This was a really good opener, and in my opinion, this was the match of the night. Once again, Dolph Ziggler went out there and proved why he's one of the best pound-for-pound performers in the WWE right now. Um, when you think of a ladder match, you wouldn't expect someone like a Luke Harper to do really well in it, considering his size and frame, but he held his own. And I do think that Luke Harper within a few months can become a dominant big man if pushed correctly. I think WWE's got him on the right track for now. I don't know if he really needed the Intercontinental Championship, although I thought it was interesting because I just wanted to see if WWE would actually go that route and push him as a formidable Intercontinental Champion. But this match was really good. It had some nice spots. It had a spot where Ziggler had a ladder, and Harper ran toward him and executed a suicide dive, and he took Ziggler down. But then Harper also caused harm to himself because I think he landed awkwardly on the ladder on his shoulder or his forearm. I'm not sure. There was also a moment where Ziggler got busted open when his head bounced off a ladder. When Harper grabbed his legs and did a guillotine-like move where you pull the guy's legs up and their neck hits the rope. Well, in this instance, the ladder hit Ziggler in the head and it split him open. Wasn't bad, but they did call a halt to the bout for a couple minutes, and then Ziggler, just realizing what was on the line, dashed right back into the ring and went after Harper. I don't know if that was improvised or whatnot, but once again, Dolph Ziggler overcoming the odds in a really good ladder match, just showing you why he's one of the best in the world. And yeah, the Ziggler retained the title, which I was happy for. It was a partisan Dolph Ziggler crowd because he is originally from Cleveland, Ohio, although he's billed from Hollywood, Florida. And now with some more momentum that he's riding, it's interesting to see how well he does in the Royal Rumble match if he enters it, which he most likely will. And I know that Roman Reigns is the guy that WWE is pushing as their next big star, and he's most likely going to win the Royal Rumble match. But if WWE changes their mind, I think Dolph Ziggler would be the perfect candidate to win the Royal Rumble match and go on to headline WrestleMania 31 in Santa Clara. But other than that, like I said, really good opener. Got the crowd jacked. Few other good spots. I can't really remember them, but still worth checking out. Match of the night, in my opinion, 3.5 stars. And of course, guys, if you're looking for my match ratings, they're in the description box. I'm not going to say subscription box. I know I got those two words confused a lot in my Survivor Series review. Description box will be my match ratings. Subscription box, or the subscribe button as it's known as. Click that if you want to see more of my videos. Then we got the Tag Team Championship match. Miz and Damien Mizdow versus the Usos. This was a good tag team match. It wasn't anything special. It was decent, but it started picking up towards the end. Once again, Damien Mizdow, just a treat to watch. He's friggin' entertaining as hell. And yeah, he got the bigger pop than Miz. And Miz, ironically, is from Cleveland, Ohio. But once again, it's a case of WWE has something hot in terms of Mizdow. And the stun double is getting more props and getting more popularity than the A-lister. But this match had a dumb finish. It was basically Miz using a slammy to clock both of the Usos over the head with and retain the titles. Usos win by DQ, but I don't know really what the booking behind that was. I don't know if it was to make to not make either team look weak. But I think you could have had a clean finish with Miz and Mizdow retaining. You could have had the typical Mizdow does all the work and Miz steals the credit type of finish. But yeah, the match was what it was. And Damien Mizdow, once again, hilarious. I mean, he actually came out with a stunt slammy or a stunt double slammy. It was this tiny toy slammy because he actually won a slammy last week and Miz stole it and took the credit for it again. So, yeah, Miz and Mizdow retained in a decent but good for the most part tag team championship match. Then we move on to the first ever stairs match in WWE history, steel stairs. Big Show versus Erick Rowan, and this, I just did not like this match. I couldn't get into it. I mean, it was a typical big man match. These guys did try to use the stipulation to their advantage. They tried to make the best out of a match with that kind of stipulation, and there were a couple cool spots like Rowan body slamming Big Show on the steel stairs and Big Show spearing Rowan through a wall of steel stairs. But I just really couldn't get into this match. I thought it was bad. I really didn't care for it. I only gave it 1 star because of those because of their efforts and because of a couple of those cool spots. Big Show got the win with a chokeslam on the steel stairs, and then he laid Erick Rowan out with that knockout punch to the back of the head, which I also thought was a cool moment. And then he pinned him with the steel stairs. So that was a nice way to punctuate that match, but still, it's not a classic. I thought it was bad, and like I said, I gave it 1 star. Then we get to the tables match. John Cena versus Seth Rollins, and the stipulation was if Cena lost, then he would no longer be the #1 contender for Brock Lesnar's World Heavyweight Championship. This match was decent, and I was disappointed because I was expecting a really good tables match from these two, and they just didn't click. And it sucks, especially for a wrestler of Rollins' caliber. You know, you had constant interference from J&J Security, Jamie Noble, and Joey Mercury. You had a spot where Cena was beating those guys down with a steel barricade, which I thought was really cool. That was unique. I mean, that just shows you how freaking strong Cena is. But yeah, I mean, there was nothing else that really stood out in my mind. I mean, you know, like I said, J&J Security kept interfering, and then Cena went for the AA, and he accidentally knocked the referee down, and then he put Rollins to a table that was already set up, so that was kind of predictable. And then, you know, more interference. Cena fights J&J Security off. Cena and Rollins have a brawl on the outside. They're fighting on the apron, and then they both fall through the table. And I honestly thought the match was going to end there in a draw. And I wouldn't have had a problem with that because that would have set the stage for a potential Lesnar versus Cena versus Rollins triple threat match at the Royal Rumble. But Mike Chioda restarted the match. Excuse me. Then the Big Show came down and interfered, put a beat down on Cena. Then Roman Reigns returned, and he got quite a big pop, and I was happy to see him back. And he looked bigger and stronger than ever. And you know, laid out Show with a Superman punch and a spear through a table that was set up in the turnbuckle. He got his revenge on Rollins with a sweet Superman punch that walked Rollins directly into an AA from Cena through the table. And John Cena retains his #1 contendership. So he's going to the Royal Rumble for what's being billed the final battle between he and Brock Lesnar. And I said this in my Hell in a Cell review. I'm going to say it once more. This match between Cena and Lesnar for the title at the Royal Rumble in 6 weeks needs to be last man standing. That is the most fitting way to ultimately bring this rivalry to an end. It needs to be last man standing. I mean, if it's a traditional wrestling match, I'm not going to have any interest in it because it's already predictable that Lesnar, well, either way, Lesnar's going to retain the title, but I'd have more interest in this match if it truly is the final battle, if it is last man standing. And that's all I'm going to say about that. 2.5 stars for Cena and Rollins in the tables match. Next, we had Nikki Bella defending the Divas Championship against AJ Lee. Decent Divas match, nothing special. Nikki Bella retained, and that's pretty much it. I don't know who else is going to feud with Nikki in 2015. This match didn't go 33 seconds like the Survivor Series match did, but yeah. I mean, I don't see Brie turning face anytime soon. I don't know if Paige is going to turn face. Maybe they can bring Charlotte up to the main roster and we can have a Charlotte Nikki Bella feud. But other than that, I really don't see many other top divas dethroning Nikki anytime soon. I think she's going to be the Divas champion until WrestleMania 31. Next up was the chairs match between Ryback and Kane. This was another bad match. It was slightly better than the steel stairs match. I did really like that one moment where Ryback was going for the meat hook and Kane threw the chair at him and like it bounced hella hard off his head. And then I thought Kane was going to win it at that point because he hit a choke slam. But Ryback kicked out. He regained focus. He delivered a spine buster to Kane through 2 chairs that were set up. Hits the shell shock for the win. There was one other cool moment when Ryback was doing this these 3 body splashes in a row from the top turnbuckle that Jerry the King Lawler compared to a fallen tree. I guess he's gonna call that the fallen tree. But yeah, like I said, this wasn't special. This was as bad as the steel stairs match. I feel like chairs matches and steel stairs matches, those matches really can't deliver just because of the stipulation. That's just my opinion. Next, we had a really, really quick United States Championship match between Rusev and Jack Swagger. I mean, these guys are capable of having a good match, but I think they only got 4 minutes, and they were just going for finishers left and right. I felt like this was a filler match, to be honest. Rusev got the win. He made Swagger pass out to the Accolade to retain the United States Championship. I didn't expect Swagger to win. I mean, if these 2 guys had a really good match and it ended in like a DQ or something, I wouldn't have had a problem. But yeah, Rusev, once again, undefeated, keeps his momentum. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't think he's going to lose anytime soon. He'll most likely lose at WrestleMania if he's fed to Cena, or he may lose before WrestleMania to the likes of like Roman Reigns. If, like I said, WWE continues their push with Roman toward the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, towards making Reigns their next big star. Finally, we get to the main event. And this is something I didn't mention in the Cena Rollins match. I was really surprised that WWE decided to book this match as the main event, the match that I'm about to discuss. Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt in a TLC match. And I was really excited when this match was announced because they had a damn good fight at Survivor Series last month. And when it was announced TLC, I thought they're only going to up the ante in this match, and it's going to top their Survivor Series match. Well, it was a very good match, but it was just like Ambrose's Hell in a Cell match with Seth Rollins. It was really good, but it delivered, but it also underdelivered. And it delivered another anticlimactic ending. You had some really cool spots. Ambrose whipping the hell out of Wyatt with a kendo stick. Ambrose performing diving elbow drops off the top of ladders through tables. There was that moment where Bray Wyatt was choking Dean Ambrose out with a kendo stick, and that kendo stick was actually wrapped around Ambrose's teeth, which looked a little painful. I mean, if that move was pulled off wrong, Ambrose could have lost a tooth or something. That was crazy. But yeah, these guys, I give them props. They gave it their all. They put their bodies on the line for a pretty brutal match. And then we get to the ending, and this is one of those what the kind of endings, because I don't understand where this is going. I mean, this was a bizarre ending. This was not as screwy as the Rollins and Lesnar and Cena finish from Night of Champions, but this is still some kind of screwy finish. Basically, Dean Ambrose pulls out a television monitor from underneath the ring, and he tries to use it as a weapon. He tries to crack it over. He tries to smash it over Wyatt's head, and it's connected to a wire that prevents him from running forward. So he tries again, and the screen just blows up in his face and blinds it. And then Bray Wyatt hits his sister Abigail and scores the 1-2-3. Now, I don't understand exactly what the point of that ending was. When I first saw it, I was thinking like, okay, maybe someone's under the ring and just tampered with it and was screwing with Ambrose. Like maybe Sister Abigail was under the ring and we finally get to see who Sister Abigail was. But no. Doctors and officials came in to check on Ambrose. Bray Wyatt just walked away, and that was the end of the TLC match. And, like I said, it was very good, but once again, it failed to deliver a climactic ending. I mean, I believe this is the end of the Ambrose Wyatt feud. And unfortunately, we didn't get the ending that we wanted. I mean, these guys could have beaten the holy hell out of each other, and then you could have had some crazy, extreme finish to ultimately cement the match and ultimately, bring the rivalry to an end. But no, instead we get Dean Ambrose lying in pain after sparks blew up in his eyes, and Bray Wyatt just walking away. So, I mean, I feel bad for Dean Ambrose that he's been in two and much anticipated main events, and not only has he lost them, the matches just don't deliver. I don't know how he truly feels about how both of them ended. I personally thought the endings to both matches could have been better. Definitely this one. I mean, it should have been some crazy, like they could have fallen off a ladder or something through a table, or Wyatt could have chokeslammed him off the ladder onto a table and then dove on top of him, like some kind of crazy finish like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what is going to happen with Ambrose now. I don't know how many times I've said this, but I've stressed the importance of Ambrose getting more pay-per-view wins so he doesn't lose his momentum and he doesn't lose his potential as a future world heavyweight champion. But at this rate, I really don't know what they're going to do with Dean Ambrose. I don't even know who he goes on the feud with at this point. So yeah, I'm just hoping for the best for Dean Ambrose, because I'm a big fan of Ambrose, So yeah, I give the TLC match 3.5 stars. If you guys want to check it out. Just like I said, just get ready for a what the kind of ending that's gonna leave you scratching your head. But yeah, guys, that's my review of TLC 2014. Overall, like I said, bad show. Really didn't like it. I thought it sucked. I'm giving it 5 out of 10. I think I'm being generous giving it a 5 out of 10, but I do give it credit for what did deliver, and there was definitely matches that could have improved or could have delivered even more, could have been much better. So yeah, guys, tell me what you thought of the show. Leave your comments below in the comments section, and yeah, guys, that was the last WWE pay-per-view for 2015. For 2014. Let's hope 2015 has a much better year with the pay-per-views, and let's hope for some stronger storylines and stronger character development. And I'm just waiting for the day that future NXT stars, NXT stars like Neville and the Ascension and Atami and Finn Balor and them are called up to the main roster. Hopefully, before the end of 2015, we'll see a lot of them on the main roster, and we'll get some more intriguing storylines and matchups. And we can only hope for the best. But yeah, guys, like I said, that was my review. Leave your comments below in the comments section. Tell me what you thought. Why don't you start giving me your picks for the Royal Rumble match? Who you think is going to be a major headliner at WrestleMania 31? And as always, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. And I'll be back with you guys in 2015 for some more videos. Until then, this is Robbie One Kenobi signing off.